See where he's playing, presumably towards Hut, Mustang, that sort of thing. But Ramp is the port of call. Smash says, no, thank you. I don't want to fight that. Nade comes nearby, does a good amount of damage to pepper these players down. But what is the next move? Seems going all the way down Ramp and onto the site proper.
Rotations are good. Best part of 3 players were here, and that's kind of the more operative word. Because Jackie gets absolutely annihilated. Smash does bring 1 back. It's going to be the majority retaking from double with a late prong of Bondic. Smash leading the charge, trying to make space for tension on those dual Berettas, and they will do battle successfully. Now, Bondic has to activate because his teammates are taking all the attention, and Fnatic, that is some very good awareness to disregard the players coming out of control. Fight Bondic, but unfortunately, it does not matter. Tension with those dual Berettas on the rotation is able to claim 4, and FAVBET a retake that you would not have pinned for them to succeed in.
Obviously comes from somewhere in the world where maybe a lesser Western salary is quite good for him. So, various reasons. Tension there gets the pluck. And now even more information. These re-smokes going down. These players haven't crossed. The bomb's not down secret. This is not a good start to this round for a reason.
I don't really know what the game plan here is, and they've gotten away with the fact that Tension's pivoted away from Heaven and redirected towards Ramp. That does mean he's going to be on a fast rotation down, but Reason Gaming getting a lot out of this round than I would have anticipated. A lot of players rotating down, but that's exactly what Antivirus wanted. Jackie strolls into his crosshair, and now the pivot comes up vent onto the A-bomb site after FAVBET had all rotated down towards B.
But yeah, Marek's falls, and then everybody's rotating, and a bit of a mess really for FAVBET. You can't actually ask for a better CT position than they had with a man advantage and no way for your opponents to cleanly cross into secret.
Nade, similar to last round, does come through, but Fnatic has already sailed past, so for a reason, this is already looking much better.
Good opener. That was towards A site. That was through Squeaky Door. A is totally undefended now by the CT side. Favoring player Heaven. Play in towards the lockers. But 1 already dropped down towards the double doors stairs. So any movement comes towards A, they are not well positioned. For now, it's an outer wrap. And despite actually having a lot of numbers here, it's just down to tension. This is starting to crumble for the CD side. Maybe they should pause before the next gun round, because these last 2, they've just lost openers where maybe they shouldn't have and got completely overwhelmed.
Sorry, it's a little sidetracked. That was quite a crazy. That's quite a funny shot from Tension with the Julies. But no, I agree. I think they have set themselves up correctly. The methodology of the round, I think, has been sound, but the execution has been far from it. And it feels like it's not a systemic issue. It's just maybe these smaller problems arising. Tension's dead. The question is, how many does he take away from the round? And it's none. That was a lot of flashbangs being thrown by Spavak.
Decent information. That's round over. The bomb will now go down on B. And it's just a question of whether FAVBET can take any of these AKs to the grave with them.
That's one. Bondic does love a HU. He bought he dropped Julies and then bought Flash HE and pistol round, which I thought was rather unorthodox. But then, like, do you remember when he bounced the HE off the bat red box and does like way too much damage? Oh. Okay, speaking about way too much damage, Sudoku's on quite literally 1 HP. Oh, bye-bye. Okay, so only 1 AK gets saved over, smashes his armor.
Back on the guns, though, we are. Warp on Tension, who has had a pretty stellar start to this game. And we're straight out of Squeaky. No flashbangs immediately, but still finds the opener. Now Hut, the port of call, and Jackie finds a second. Heaven rotation is a very timely, so great hold from FAVBET.
Going towards inside, but absolutely damage. Jackie and Smash, all 5 kills combined, and FAVBET back to winning ways. And now you, maybe not in this round, start to see the economical effect. Is making his way through Secret. So Tension... Oh, they've actually just completely left ramp, and Tension's playing for outside. FAVBET are... They've seen these smokes, and they're fighting for it. There's a lot of pressure being applied to those players crossing, and that should potentially allow Smash to activate, but he doesn't get a single kill. The kill actually comes from Marek spamming through. So a very nice set round for FAVBET, where they come away from it in a 4 versus 4, and we've seen this one before. Frontsider just kills both players in lobby, and they run up the vents.
Like a deer in the headlights, aren't they, FAVBET? Once they lose a player, there's so much movement. And Reason have done a pretty good job this map so far of just being decisive. They're getting so much ground so fast that FAVBET aren't being allowed.
Marek is taking a very isolated angle, but if he thrives, it will bait in his teammates. Ooh, the timing, that is crazy. Fnatic moves just as Marek turns away, and it's all falling apart for FAVBET. They had the setup, and the timing just goes awry, and they also simply put weren't playing together, so those isolated 1v1s were able to be taken, and it's another very disappointing end to the round with Spavek taking Tension out of things, who hasn't had any impact in the last 4 rounds. Yeah, I'm a little bit perplexed at how FAVBET are just playing basically the exact same setup every single time. This is a big change up from Reason.
What?
Frontsider has just run out onto the A bomb site with nothing more than a Molotov and a flashbang to support him from Spavek. In the meantime, we called it. They're just going down towards Secret. Only God knows how Frontside has been able to get away with that, and this is pretty much round over. Utility's been placed down towards ramp. FAVBET are blocked out, and guess what? There's just players everywhere. They're in the walls.
This is becoming a nightmare. Half buy now as they look towards a full buy in the final round, but we normally talk about economic damage on these rounds, but we're getting to the territory where we just need some sort of round wins. At least we've got an opener. AK snatched by Smash. And unironically, this is their best chance for ages.
Which is quite literally the first time they've done this in round 11. Marek is going to die. He's going to be forced out by the Molo. Or Smash protects him. So that works too. Smash is having a round, I suppose. And Reason don't seem to know exactly what to do right now.
Guess they're just hoping for some decent duels and at least alleviate the deficit a little bit. Fnatic here goes looking. Does find his man. There's nobody else lower right now, FAVBET, and they'll be pretty scared to rotate vent. So it will be a bomb plant. If we can get some decent map control, this isn't a terrible position. Smoking out onto the top stairs by double doors. I don't think Reason should be too despondent about this. They got the bomb down. They got free AKs for them, lesser weaponry for their adversaries. They have the site. Control as well, double doors. There's nobody coming ramp. If they realize that, they can really focus the forces. Marek here has got to win this duel. Very awkward engagement, and look at that. Now we're in a 1-on-3. Absolutely overwhelmed. 3 fast kills though. Brings this back. Almost the ace. And there's no time, Freddy. They have salvaged the round.
Oh, that is a tough pill to swallow because everything goes right for...
Trying to break these smokes. Spot player on the cross. Gets an opportunity. No connection. Frontsider here, as he has done all half. So eager to get into duels. Finally is felled. by Marix. Smash gets down to Molly. This looks a lot better. These T-side players are quite contained.
Ow.
Tension dies ramp. Smash gets a good timing for the peak. It's very chaotic here on the lower side, but for the moment, FAVBET do have the man advantage. Quite a lot of util as well. Now it's all about the buddy system, and Marix is not immediately traded. Fnatic forced wide, but it's such an awkward duel. And finally, after 8 rounds, something goes the way of reason.
Thank God they had a Molotov for the back of the bomb site. If there wasn't a Molo on back site, Fnatic's able to play with Sanuku, and that round's over. That 2 versus 3 is going to be won outright. Anyways, FAVBET on the T side, mimicking their adversaries, are going fast towards ramp. They're going to be diving down onto the B bomb site. Not quite a speedy rotation just yet, but 3 players are going to be able to congregate just in the nick of time towards double. Molotov's going to force them into a very sticky position, and they're going to force them into the welcoming arms of Smash. He puts the advantage in favor now of FAVBET, but the bomb is yet to be planted, and the rest of the Reason Gaming cavalry has arrived. Shots, though, not connecting. Spavik at range misses, similar to Fnatic and Antivirus now. They know he was in and around this area. He reconfirms his position by opening the single door. And if there's ever a world and a realm of possibility for a comeback, it had to start with a pistol round win, and Smash delivers that with a 3-piece.
Needed that. Starting Bondic Poke. He'll confirm soon enough. Save Smash will equally transfer over.
That's
he's
very
under pressure.
good for money.
Bondic, let your brother have the ace. Come on.
And Reason aren't going to poke and prod. Even though Spavik has a nade and he's towards heaven, he's only now nading towards outside, but there's no information really. Doesn't matter though, because Reason are manning the fort. 3 players, regiment in this A defense. Fnatic playing close range with the MP9. He's going to get dropped, and the Mac 10 entry from Smash. He can do it against the Ecos, he can do it against the full purchase, and he's not done just yet. Sure, the bomb gets denied, but Smash maintains a consistent advantage, and he is just farming up cash. He's farming Reason Gaming players. And Frontsider is just standing with a prayer to survive.
We may have a game on our hands.
We may. Smash is... Sorry, when did Smash get 21 kills?
He's had a lot in the last few. He had a 4K, didn't he?
He had 3, 4, 3. This half.
That's a pretty dominating start.
His RWS is going to be crazy. Oh.
It's nice. FAVBET did have a lot of money, and they were mostly Galils. And,
yeah, 2 Mac 10s. Well, Frontside was he was the one just walking out A by himself on the T side and getting double openers or getting a great. He was very aggro lurk player as well. Like his teammates would be just in secret, and he'd be like, "I've killed everyone on A, guys." But his aggression. He doesn't get anything directly from it, but he gets information. He's going to be replaced by Antivirus, who's just pushed outside, and he's shooting them in the back. This puts FAVBET in a very difficult position where they're going to have to pivot over towards ramp now, right into the AWP. Jackie shuts him down and only allows him to strike 1. Issue is, it's still a man disadvantaged position for FAVBET, and they've got no real utility to work with. And how has Frontsider got down towards the back of the bomb site? This man is possessed. He's just running around everywhere. He's faster than anyone else, apparently. And with great reaction speeds, Reason get back onto the board and reclaim the lead.
Yeah, it took a bit of time, but now we're rolling again.
In round 18, they try to go for an A pop, and unfortunately that was the round that Antivirus siders get aggressive outside. A lot of space being offered up. FAVBET, they thought they could get into secret scot-free, but instead it's Spavik nading the outside smokes and eliminating Marix. An opening kill for Reason Gaming, and FAVBET now forced to try and pressure elsewhere as 2 go down secret, making a lot of noise, and the other 2 towards ramp are very well calculated. It's very understandable what they're doing, and Reason Gaming just read this round like a textbook, Alan.
FAVBET's in real trouble. They'd love a plant just to give them a bit more money to play with. But Jackie decides to go front and actually fight. Does find Sanuko. And all in all, Tension finds himself in a potentially a doable scenario. Doesn't have much time. He's got to catch Fnatic quickly and get to A, but he doesn't do it.
Yeah. I mean, the inner pop probably would have worked last time around if Reason hadn't perfectly countered it. So it feels like we're actually going to go for the exact same round as round 18, but this time hopefully not as interrupted.
CTs are not that well positioned for this. Their rotates are way off. They have managed to stall for a few seconds. If Antivirus can get into main, it's going to help a great deal. The team kill in the mix is highly unusual. Antivirus does make it, but only goes 1 for 1.
Oh, what?
And the HP is so low. HE grenade could do so much damage. Does the bomber go down? Just about. Player stuck behind Tetris. And the AWPer here does his job. 12 for Reason Gaming.
Impressive that FAVBET could actually get it into that 2 versus 1 situation. I exclaimed when they got those last 3 kills when they were in the 2 versus 4 because it felt like Reason actually had a pretty perfect hold. But overall, FAVBET cleans up a very easy clutch, and Reason Gaming look like they're going to be closing out their map pick for a 13-8 scoreline most likely, but it's also very deceiving because this could have very easily been a 13-4.
There's the opener. And now it looks scary. 3 players outside for Reason. They do not want to allow FAVBET any room to maneuver. Smash does find one. His teammate falls by the wayside. Smash surely is dead real soon as well. Bondic here goes for the lurk and gets absolutely assassinated. This is done.
I don't think there was much support throughout the majority of that. I think Antivirus just swung. And fair enough, they've got the confidence. As I said, the scoreline's misleading. This game is way more one-sided than it shows. And this game could just end off right here. Front-sider towards ramp. Dinks, the only high HP player, a nade to follow up, lands on Tension. And Smash on 21 HP. 1 bullet will do the job. And Reason Gaming on their map pick proceed with vigor. They really started to go into their own on Train. Maybe not loads of reps on it per se, but when they did play it, they played very well. And Reason, or later known as M1, or earlier known as M1, wouldn't really necessarily have those reps. New sort of Train though. It's got the new updates, and FAVBET trying to get out of the B bomb site unsuccessfully. The USPs at range are dominating until Tension and Bondic pull it back into their favor. And it's Spavek who clutched to win out. Map number 1 is looking to clutch a 1 versus 2 once again. The HP is so tentatively low. 1 bullet makes the difference right now. And it's going to be Bondic's 1 bullet instead. 4 kills for the veteran. When have you seen him pulling a performance like that?
SPARTA to be tested soon. This flank is very timely. Oh my lord.
Wow.
Marix caught, nade in hand, doesn't get it off. Players getting plucked out of heaven at the same time. For those that miss Nuke, this is what it felt like. A lot of the gun rounds. And this is an absolute whitewash. No kills.
But
Marix is trained for the moment, but he's got to look elsewhere to throw his nades in the moment.
He's also got a Tech 9. Oh, they've played it perfectly. As soon as they hear the utility being thrown, they activate off that. Sanuko and Antivirus, well, actually just Sunuku gets all of them. Antivirus is just a bystander. And then guess what? There was an Ivy push.
What are you... He's getting absolutely mauled.
And...
This
what?
is a disaster.
Why was the... Okay.
What is happening?
It's 6 rounds and I'm already calling it.
This is all over the shop. They go in for their default and just get immediately picked all over the place. SPARTA seems to have an idea that Bondic is lower and dispatches of the Ukrainian.
Like, what's going on?
It's absolutely crumbled for FAVBET.
It's round 6 and it's crumbled, man.
I think they're trying to be really smart. I think they're trying to, we saw the 2B hits at the start of the half. I'm sure the second time they tried to hit B, the logic was, okay, we just hit B, didn't work. They're not going to be playing more than one here.
Flash is coming out A. FAVBET's got a clear line in A main. There's no utility as of now to deter him away from that. Second layer of execute, and that's just not fair. That simply is just not fair, Alan. Sunuku, fully blind, just taps in front of him, 2 bullets, and they connect onto a headshot. The kill to time is simply ridiculous. You've said it, and this round was the perfect example of that. Sure, FAVBET do get some kills, and there is a rebuttal, but by and large, as soon as anyone comes into the screen of Reason Gaming, they fall. But Tension... was that a 1-tap? 4 bullets left in the magazine, time's ticking down, and there isn't enough time to get the bomb planted. Spavik survives and wins by that virtue. Just look at the confidence. He's got, like, what, 13 HP instead of, I don't know. To be fair, you can't really retreat there, but it's just more the fact that there's no other thought in Antivirus's mind there apart from, I'm going to push forward and I'm going to take the jewels.
FAVBET, they have a chance here, but it's predicated on them clearing out frontsider, and they do. Marix takes some space. Remember, new box, can he get a decent fight? No, he can't. He's ahead of his teammate SPARTA all alone, and FAVBET finally makes something work. That's
The round they win. Reason Gaming, they slip up there in what was a 3 versus 2 against the lower purchases. I'm sure they'll have lots of time to make up for that. Smash, though, does get another opening kill, though. Is this the step in the right direction that FAVBET need?
So slow. 46 seconds remaining. Only now starting to make a move. Fnatic is caught, and that should help proceedings a great deal. Now it's all about the buddy system. Antivirus takes his fight. The bomb is being rerouted from Ivy. They're clearly scared to send it in that direction. 25 seconds to go. And fortunately, Smash gets his catch. So time is burning. A little bit close for comfort, but it should be A-okay.
Should be fine. There shouldn't be a worry right now. Frontsider is most likely going to have to just slink off. Most likely just going to have to be forced to save. Utility being dispersed. There's a single Molotov left on the board for the CT side, and that is over towards this B part of the map. There are 2 defenders here. York is quite far away, and now the utility comes through. Frontsider tries to go and take that jewel, spots the masses, but gets absolutely nailed. Spavik, has he been baited in? Yes, perfectly. 2 for him as he survives and allows for these rotations to tunnel through connector. It's not super clean, though. Antivirus only survives on 12 HP. Fnatic coming through from CT saves Antivirus's life, and it's Bondic on the AWP looking to roll back the years. 21 hit points, and he's circumnavigated them perfectly. The bomb's being defused. Fnatic's trying to cover. Antivirus just sticks, ice in the veins. And even though FAVBET looked like they were setting themselves up for success, everyone goes down with the ship.
And I'm not sure all of those are... I'm not sure we can assume all of those.
Yeah. This round's interesting. FAVBET chose to have Smash fake towards B, Molo towards connector, but it feels like that Molotov connector should have come way later to not allow for Spavek to rotate over with the AWP, which he has been able to do so quite easily, so he's out in the action. But these opening entries have been, for once, pretty flawless for FAVBET. Reason Gaming actually just succumbed to their might, and now it's Frontsider and Spavek in a 2 versus 4. It's the final round of the halves. They have to go for this one. There's not going to be any reason to save. And Spavek gets caught as he's trying to inch his way out of connector. Frontsider has good information of where players may be, but there's so many on the other side. As soon as he strikes, the rest swing. 5. Hey-ho, who am I to judge? Yeah, it's exact same kind of round from the CT pistol and nuke. The setup, that is. And Marix, Marix needs to get into A main, and he needs to win this duel. He does the opposite. He loses the duel. But then Jackie at range, just tapping away as they're floating through Ivy, Pop Dog rather, he just demolishes them. And Jackie is not finished. FAVBET, they are ridiculously good on pistol rounds. 4 for 4. Because these 3 rounds of basically Jackie. And it's going to be fast. Right out the gates. Reason Gaming charging out of A main, but very solo. Fnatic goes basically by himself. He takes a nade to the noggin to begin with, and then the spam from Betclic to follow up. So his early pursuit, very unsuccessful. And there's going to be potentially an attempt to just sidle out of the B bomb site. But in the meantime, Jackie's pushed towards Ivy. Sanuku's fallen. That's confirmation to FAVBET that it's probably a play over towards the B bomb side. Frontsider has got an opening kill, though. That's worrying, especially considering that Antivirus has found another at range. A convincing 5 versus 3, now thrown into disarray as Reason Gaming set themselves up in a 3 versus 3 post plant.
Wild.
Oh, what's happening?
I can't believe this round has fallen apart. FAVBET, man advantage. They're playing retake B. Player frontsiders walks out and headshots. Player playing so safe at the back. Now it's on Marix.
Oh my god, they've won it.
He's actually won it.
Wait, is there enough time? Oh my god, there's enough time. What is going on, Alan? What is he doing peeking? Why is he peeking?
I don't know.
Well, it worked out with B last round. The first steps of it anyways. No openings just yet for Reason. They do have the bomb site. FAVBET, they're playing retake, and they've got the number... Okay. That was a very clean headshot from Frontsider. And Smash just charges in and takes down 2. Okay, it's all falling apart. Very similar to the last, but maybe a little bit less egregious. Reason, they're able to get the openers, but then the round falls with them. Antivirus is the final alive. He's charging down into enemy lines and is proving to be a bit of a nuisance. Unfortunately, there's nowhere for him to call home as Tension finds the second in the round and they hit double digits.
They're not out of this map. They're running out of chances. There's 3 here for FAVBET. Make that 2. Quick trade. Bondic with the nade. And now the rotations are coming through connector. Looks pretty good for the CT side even. Jackie's on there one heck of a flank in the meanwhile. Coming all the way around the back. Marix here needs to win this fight. Spava comes through the smoke. It's getting very chaotic. Fnatic's about to find Jackie on the lurk. We find ourselves in a 2v2 scenario. Marix out of connector, finds his man. He's got a guy on the bomb here and the buddy system going. There's no kit on either of these players. And where is the buddy? There we go. 11 for FAVBET.
Very nice retake. Unfortunate for Jackie. it's kind of one of those things where I think lightning doesn't strike twice, where they've seen Jackie come from Ivy and from behind quite a few times now, where it's almost a little bit... When it works, it looks gorgeous. When it doesn't work, it just looks a bit silly. See, that's how you play as a team.
Crumbling. That relied so much on a clean opening kill. Smash this time is playing as difficult as he can make it for a quick frag. Just needs to stay alive, really. Backs himself towards CT spawn. Sanuko here goes looking. Finds himself a one-on-one, but can't connect. And now this should be impossible. There's just so many numbers for this CT side. They got util on Jackie. Put that maybe on the bomb or towards ramp. Ollie landing now. Just go in together. Play it like a T-side. Execute perfect. All 5 are alive. 12 rounds of FAVBET. They're back, baby.
Yeah, this game and this series is really turned on its head because now Reason just look really poor and FAVBET look fantastic. You were very... You didn't have much hope.
No.
Even with
I
5.
didn't.
And I was trying to play a little bit of devil's advocate, but deep down I also had no hope. And yet here we are, both proved wrong. But now this is when Reason Gaming get an opening kill towards Ivy, and they double down. Spavik just runs through utility, it appears, but then he overextends and he penalizes. He gets penalized and kind of minimizes all of his success. Like, how is Tension able to get away with this? Why is Tension playing an AWP solo and they're just walking through smokes? Finally, you know, if you do it 3 times, eventually it will work. And the third person to walk through a smoke does trade, but now Smash a 1 versus 3 to potentially close out the map, push it to a third, and Sanuku, who opened up the round, denies that opportunity. It's an attempt of an A play, but like Sanuku's just running out A main without flashbangs, without his teammates in Ivy because they were mollowed off, and yet it's still working because of just the pure brute force mentality. The entries are coming in their favor. Jackie is in the known towards Ivy, and yet it doesn't matter. Spavik, a 1 versus 3 is required. They know exactly where he is. They're closing in upon him. Smash swings out and just gives up his life. Jackie trying to play around these new boxes. No Spavik's on the other side, and Spavik picks the wrong option. Thinks that Jackie's trying to flank him, but instead, he actually didn't move a muscle. FAVBET, they force us to map 3. They force us to Ancient in our Group C opening matchup. Ancient.
We've watched 2 maps, and we're coming into this third and final with more questions than answers. How is this going to play out? Marix goes hard. 2 kills for his Julies, make it a third. He has silenced this round, and the FAVBET absolute spree of pistol wins seems set to continue for the moment. Just Sanuko. He's low HP. We'll soon have the bomb. And Marix has decided to fully reroute and join his teammate. Does allow a plant, but I think I'm behind this, Freddy. Play together.
Don't hate it. Sanuko, though, trying to disrupt FAVBET pistol, and it doesn't look like this will be the case today. FAVBET, 5 out of 5 pistol rounds won. That is kind of an insane statistic.
But we're really thinking about rifles in round 3. This one is more a play for a plant. You can keep the economy low with FAVBET, even better. And Smash surely about to get overwhelmed. It's absolutely destroyed on that opening pick from Sanuko. Bomb will be planted, and Sanuko chimes in for a second, and suddenly what should have been just an eco is a 3-man advantage. Weapons starting to be scavenged. Disaster for FAVBET.
So this is actually a bit of a change-up, because even though FAVBET maybe haven't been doing too well at, like, let's say the first gun rounds, for every single pistol round they've
Yes.
won, they've at least been able to like convert maybe let's say the first 3 rounds in total. So this is a major shake-up where for FAVBET, even though they win the pistol round on the CT side, this ultimately is a negative thing for a CT side because you look at the purchase you have now. Okay, sure, quite literally everyone but Sanuku died with the bomb there, so not many rifles are collected when there were a few A1Ss up for grabs. Reason Gaming, they like to pack a punch. They like to play very fast Counter-Strike and very with just literal no respect. And here we go. They're running out towards the A bomb site. Tension's AWP is in Temple. He rings off one shot, but is forced to back off. Feels like he definitely could have gotten a kill in that situation. But instead, the scenario we lie in is Smash dead and Tension on 30 HP. Reason Gaming, they take the bomb site and with brutality take the rounds.
Maybe Reason are just sick at T-side. That's what's going on.
Whoa.
Oh my.
That's a really well-timed smoke from Jackie.
Good trade. Now we need some more space. This backline fight is going to be the round. And wow, that is an absolute smackdown. Marek's got to find so much, and he does. Marek's keeps his team in the round, and another. This man is on a tear, finally silenced. But at least he's given his team a chance. Tension. Can he find a kit on the ground? Decides to swap out for a rifle. There's got to be a kit somewhere. He finds it.
There it is.
And now time is dwindling. About 10 seconds remaining. Sanuko, does he feel like testing this? He might have just won this by not actually peeking. And I think he has. Tension can't defuse the bomb. Reason are on a tear. And players do this a lot. When they're playing really confidently, it can just work. I'm not saying they're going to win every series they play doing this sort of stuff.
But it works there.
When they are winning a lot of duels, they will just dominate a map.
Smash is pushed through A. He probably mouths a motor. Guys, block B, block B. Oh, they're on A. Unlucky. Just push through A for that.
They're so crisp. It's actually ridiculous.
Oh, they're just walking past. What can you do, man? Actually, what can you do?
I will say well, 2 things. Firstly is the way Reason are playing is actually really hard to play against if you're used to, let's say, top 50 level European Counter-Strike, where everybody's trying, a lot of people are trying to make smart decisions all the time.
Yeah.
And like everyone's trying to play as a team, and it's quite often the teams are quite indecisive and they're quite slow because they don't want to take risks.
It's something that you find at lower levels, especially in like main advanced, where teams will do so well because they just play with so much confidence. And especially like on LAM, and people be like, oh, they're not playing, they're like not trying properly. It's like, oh, they're beating us 7-1. So they're obviously doing something right. But this is when it goes wrong. When you just run onto a bomb site for the 18th time and they happen to be there.
At least they've cancelled. Start looking towards Donut. This mid pressure has meant that all the A guys from FAVBET have started to move. And if we clear out Donut, there is a good chance in this round. Marek's tested first, traded. Smash tucked in the corner. Is anybody looking? Frontsider is. But they've lost their A tunnels prong in the meantime. And Bondic, sensational timing. Should have really have secured this round for his team. 33 seconds. And Tension says, you're not getting to A with that. So you're not getting to B with that bomb.
So you got to take success there. Finally double their scoreline after winning the pistol round. You wouldn't have known that they'd won the pistol round, would you? And Reason back to their old ways, not deterred. Maybe they should be, because Marek's, who's been trying his best, Once again, opens up middle with a double bird. The B-bomb has lost. And Antivirus is just running. Look at this. Antivirus is just stampeding long. They're running through smokes to try get to him. Bondic taking a leap out of Reason Gaming's foot. Fair enough. If you can't beat him, join him. And now it's Antivirus in a 1 versus 2. Smashing Bondic, the buddy system, and it does not matter. Instant headshots connected and an ace. What was that?
They just don't stop. It's like
just 135.
And they have side control, they have backlanes control, they have CT spawn control.
And then the next round is 135 and they're already going out A.
Why not? Let's go. Antivirus, send that man in.
Please go through the smoke.
Send
They're going
him
through
in.
the smoke, aren't they? There's no fear. There's no fear whatsoever. And the crazy thing is, it's going to work. It's a 2 versus 3 and it's going to work. I'm telling you. They found the gap. They found the gap.
This I kind of rate. I mean, it's really hard to plant on A with all these avenues. Now they know that Donut's clear. FAVBET equally are going to start getting angsty here for information.
They're going to walk into the AWP.
Yeah, they certainly might do. SPARTA holding the right line. They don't have to end A here, Reason.
I don't think they're going to get the bomb down. They're just going to kill everyone. That's unlucky.
Now it's a foot race.
Did Surunku just get tagged there?
I think so.
Oh my god. Spavik, by the way, there misses the jump. And because of that, he turns around. His bad movement has killed Bondic. And now Tension in a 1 versus 2 where he will actually probably get the kill on Sunuku from the Molotov there. Bomb down, but at what cost? Spavik holding the angle. Both Orbis miss shot. Both pull out their sidearms. Now back to the Orb. Spavik has no ammunition. He's going to have to reload. A tap on the bomb. Tension, no kid. Needs Spavik to overextend. He's crawling into the angle. The Tech 9, 1 bullet is all he needs, but it's Tension to clutch up the 1 versus 2 and keep FAVBET head above the water.
I love it for all the wrong reasons. It's just beautiful. FAVBET seems to have a decent read here. And what does it matter? Antivirus is already on the site.
I called it. The bomb started mid, by the way, and they've just gone B anyways.
We need some util for this side.
Nah, they don't need util. Oh,
Please.
okay.
It would have helped. Wow, live and die by the sword to Reason Gaming. They do have a kit. Frontsider and Temple. On A. This is going to be their best chance. 4 on
Surely,
location.
right?
Frontside is not that
You
far out.
have
He
to
can
win
actually
this.
hold the flank. Antivirus opens. Fanatics in there. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. 1 man left to find. And at the dying embers of the series.
That's my theory.
Test it later.
I saw later, actually, yeah.
I'm on all day, so I'll see.
You're
I'll see everything.
quite literally here all day.
Wasn't the plan.
I felt like a nade just came in for a team damage. Either way, a lot of grenades in middle. This
They
is
just keep going.
this is more like it.
They just keep pushing.
Did
I love it.
Fnatic just run through the cave? Or who was that? Just ran through the cave. Sunuku.
Sunuku ran through the cave smoke.
I mean, fair.
And the good news is Antivirus has just pushed cave as well and has flanked the bomb and dropped 2 players. Oh my. Not
And
like
guess
this.
what? What's even worse is there's supposed to be a player holding for that.
He's so convinced there was a player in tree. Just absolutely adamant. And now we're going to scrap over the bomb. Oh my lord.
I just don't. Frontsider was on 22 HP from literally the word go that round.
I can't believe it.
This is the type of game where you lose in this manner and you really just feel like I'd be very upset. And they've all lost their HP from one nade. It's a B push, and they just pushed the cave smoke again. Sunuku's just ran out cave, but this time, maybe they're not going to be so lucky. Even though the utility at the beginning was really good from Reason Gaming, the two-man sight hold and the wild Sunuku pushing through cave actually doesn't come away with a single frag. That's not good. Money's not good enough for FAVBET to be hunting in that way.
Which is quite jarring, actually. I'm expecting.
Yeah,
at least
what
somebody
woke
to start
nonsense
pushing.
is this?
Antivirus has decided we need something. Oh dear. They do well here just to play free on one site, save if they get it wrong. It looks like they're going to get overwhelmed here on B. Actually, this is the bomb. Oh my god, this is the bomb.
God. Thank God Smash had his rifle out and was ready.
Wow. That could have been a catastrophe.
That could have been the end right there. If Smash had fallen, that would be a 3-on-3 with them also like not looking at Spavik, right? He would be able to come through maybe from behind. Ooh. That was close. Orp not saved as well. This must be such an annoying style of Counter-Strike to play against. Like I can just only imagine, really. This is also a quite a nice setup, actually, in cave.
Oh my god.
Unlucky, I guess. I was more going to praise the fact that Antivirus is like basically emptying his clip into the smoke, and that forces someone like maybe someone wants to take the opportunity, pounce, like move through, and that's when Sunuku would be there to basically shoot them inside the head. Instead, you just spam bonding through the woodwork. That also works. And that's the game and the series over, most likely. Tension goes for a boost. Spavek's got his number. And even though Jackie and Smash were both in red room, there's just nothing they can do with this. They could actually flank behind B, but they didn't know that. No one was looking for them. They just didn't care about mid reason. They just went, sure, no one's there. But they do open up some space towards Donut, front sider. It's a ropey spray. Still gets one and survives. That's a beautiful flashbang. That's superb. As soon as I give them success and give them their flowers, it all falls apart. Reason Gaming 13-7. They dominated this series, and the surprise honestly comes from the fact that we even made it to a third map and how much Reason actually just capitulated on train.